All right, I'm glad everybody's finding it. I'm going to go ahead and hit record because this is live right now. But if you want a copy of today's slides that I'm using right now, as well as the handout, you can find that by using this QR code or that actual URL. I'm going to drop that URL as well right here in the chat box. So you can just click on it if needed, but you can use that QR code. Right now, immediately, you'll get a copy of the slides and the handout. They're right there that you can download. After the session, those will be gone and they'll be sent to you by email, as will the replay. The replay is not there right now because I'm live. I'm not recorded. So I definitely want to make sure that you get a copy of the replay, but it takes a little bit of time to render. So it'll be later this afternoon, but you will get it as long as you have registered here and you're going to look at the email that you registered with. Now, there's also another document here at this URL or that QR code that you can sign up if you want updates anytime this slide deck is updated. I'm happy to share that with you. You'll be the first to know. So you're welcome to do that too. Okay. All right, everybody, we're about to dive in. And if you've just jumped in and not taken a screenshot of that red box that you don't need now, but you will need if we run out of connection, or if you all of a sudden audio drops on you, that's your backup plan to call on the phone. All right, so take a screenshot of that. And we are going to talk a little bit more about, or a lot more about AI. I do want to say thank you to our wonderful partners. These are Google partners. Okay. Guys, I just want to let you know, I just got a little warning here that my internet's unstable. Oh, I hope it doesn't stay that way because I definitely need to be online to be able to show you some AI things. All right, so let's keep our fingers crossed, but keep me posted in that chat box if I get laggy or you lose anything, okay? Because hopefully I'm going to just keep my fingers crossed that internet plays friendly with us, okay? But these are our wonderful partners. If you have any questions afterwards, they're there for you. They're vested in your success. Think of who invited you, and that's who to reach out to, okay? So that's Oklahoma SBDC, University of Houston, SBDC, Baker Ripley's here, Santa Rosa San Antonio, SCORE Austin, El Paso Community College SBDC, UT Rio Grande Valley SBDC, the Houston LGBT Chamber, and Jamestown Regional Entrepreneur Center. So do find that chat box, everybody, if you're not sure who your partner is, so you can give a shout out there and ask. We're going to be talking today about how you can unleash the power of AI, right? Because everything that you hear now is about artificial intelligence. If you look at the very bottom, that's who I am. I am actually a professional Grow with Google trainer and have been on the team for 6.5 years. So I'm going to talk a lot about Google AI, but I'm not AI branded. I'm very AI agnostic. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of AI. If you want to post or tweet or tag me, you can use that first handle. That's me on Twitter or X. And then if you use the second handle, Get Found, Got Growth, that's me on Instagram. Again, if you want to tag me, feel free to tag me, and I'm happy to repost or reshare and make sure you get some of that visibility love too. Okay? All right. If you don't know who I am, this is who I am. I've been in business for 20 plus years. I actually have been in international e-commerce for 15 years, and I've been involved heavily in AI since November 2022. So none of us have been long-term in AI unless you were in the original development, but a lot have been very active in what they're doing in AI. If this is your first time to be in a session with me, just let me know with the number one. Let me know the number one that this is your first time in a session. I know we were letting each other know that you were new to AI or haven't tried AI then, but if you're new to a session, perfect. Welcome, everyone. All right, for those of you who've been in a session before, let everybody know in the chat that yes, if you've got questions, I stay till afterwards. I'm not going to keep you past time because I know that you have busy business to take care of and clients and customers. But as long as you're answering a question, I'll hang here. You don't have to hang with me, but the Q&A at the end is only meant for people who are here live because of confidentiality. A lot of times when people ask longer questions, they tell a little bit more private stuff about themselves or their business, so I don't record that session part, but I will record it interactively here. Okay, so this is who I am. I've earned the Texas Governor's Excellence in Small Business Award, and I do know what it means to be butcher, baker, candlestick maker in your business and to be able to still take care of clients, learn about marketing, and then also learn about AI. So we're going to be talking about how you can empower small businesses and really unleash that potential of AI, really making AI work for you. Understand understand there's a lot of fear out there from people who are not familiar with AI, or even who see it grow, who might think, oh my gosh, AI is going to take my position away from me. It's going to do this. Understand the person that's going to take, and it's a person that'll take your position and your opportunity away from you, is the person who knows how to wield this power and this tool called AI. So we're going to be talking about how you can be experts at wielding this, or at least more educated and now getting more experience in the next few steps in the action plan that you want to put together after our time. So as we talk today, I'll talk about the introduction of AI. What is it? Just to cover some of the basics and to make sure that we have all the same definition. Identify those opportunities for you. Really explore those practical applications, how you can get started, how you can implement and monitor. And as always, I end every session with free tools, so a recap of what you can do, because knowledge is not powerful until it's applied. So think about that. What are the one or two things from today's session that you want to apply? And then the next step, of course, is what do you really want to start measuring, and what are some other free resources you can have access to be able to really implement. All right. So AI, what this is, it is machine learning. It's a machine thinking and making decisions. It's a bunch of formulas, if now, then this, but it also now gives you an opportunity to start looking at other aspects, and it's taking in all the learning that it's been doing for quite some time, really learning from what it's finding online or what it's being fed by the developers of that AI. So there's lots of different AI out there, thousands upon thousands. And we're going to talk about a few of them today because it's easy for us to get really excited about new shiny things and wonder what it is that we need to know compared to what's neat to know. There's a lot of neat stuff about AI, but who has time when we still have to take care of customers too? So I'm going to show you the most practical and useful. I'd love to hear your experience in delving into others though, and we might want to do that even offline if you follow me on socials. I'll definitely have that live conversation with you on socials too, because I love to hear your experiences and learn from you. All right. AI for small business, really, it's such a wonderful tool because it can be those extra eyes and extra hands for you. It could be that sounding board that you need. It can help you with automating things, really get a better understanding into the information that you have, especially if you don't feel comfortable trying to look into what the trends are or what is the deep insights into your data and information that you have, or what is trending online. It gives you a chance to take that deeper dive and to really see even another perspective of it. So when we look and talk about finding AI opportunities, we're looking for in our own businesses, where are those sweet spots that can help us, where AI can help us, right? AI's ability to do that fast computing and to give us another perspective. So for me, my first deep dive into AI, because I do run an international e-commerce organization, so it's, well over 40 Shopify, so international e-commerce stores, plus Amazon and eBay and a lot of different other marketplaces. I wanted to know, compared to our competitors, how did our reviews do? So one of the first things I did was I copied all the competitors' reviews on Amazon that they had. Once I copied that, I loaded that into Chat GPT and I asked Chat GPT, what are the 5 things that our competitors are just famous for that people love? It's the favorite and most popular thing that they love. And what's the 5 things they dislike? And in a matter of 3 minutes, really probably less than 3, I think I was just more, it took more time for me to do the copy and pasting than it took AI to do the assessing. It came up with all of that. And then I asked it next, I said, what are the words that people use when they search our competitors? And it gave me a list of words. Then I said, what are those 20 words, specifically the top 20 words? And how could I use that if I want to talk about what it is that we do? Okay. So that's my first dive into AI. And I realized the quickness, the pace, and the amount of data that it could actually consume and start providing insights and trends to. So did you provide the link to the presentation? Yes, I did, Alba. It's actually in the chat box, but it's probably way up there because everybody was responding, whether or not they've been in a session. So it's right there. I dropped it right there for you, okay? That is your link so you can get today's slides and the handout that's in there. And then also you'll get the replay of this recording because you might want to slow me down or speed me up. Later, that'll be this afternoon. All of that will be emailed to you, but right now you can access the actual slides and the handout. Okay, so I'd love to hear in the chat box how you've used AI. I am a strong believer in OPE, other people's experience, because we learn from other people's experience, and everything that I know in AI is from other people's experiences and then applying it myself, testing it and seeing where some of the boundaries are, some of the shortcomings, because there's sometimes where you'll see somebody say something on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or even a long form YouTube, and then they'll say, okay, this is how you do it. And it's changed because, of course, the platforms are changing. AI is ever changing. So as we look at these opportunities, what are the practical applications that AI can help us with? Okay, so I do see Christopher, thank you for sharing. SEO, keywords, data analytics, copywriting for websites, trends, absolutely. It's very exciting what you can do with AI. I do always caution people when they use it for copywriting for their site to always make sure it matches their style. So a part of the heavy lifting that we need to do in order for AI to do the work for us is to teach AI what that style is that we have or that we want to have, that we want it to mirror or to assimilate. So it's on us, and I'll share with you how you can start teaching your AI. It takes time to teach AI, but you're the best one to teach it because you're the one who knows your brand voice and your brand tone. So I do see writing job descriptions here, SEO, image generation. All right, Jeremy, I've got to know what's your tool of choice? Is it Midjourney? Is it Adobe Firefly? What is it? I'd love to know. Are you Dolly? Love to know. Midjourney person here. I understand. I love that. All right, assistance with writing business plans. Now, for those of you who are new to AI, and now we've just thrown a lot of terms at you. Midjourney is a image making AI. It's one of the four people or the businesses I say at the forefront that people use when they want to do graphics, especially if you're working with graphic designers. More than likely, they know what Midjourney is. They probably know what Pika Labs is. They also know what the IDEO is, Idea Labs is, Dolly. They probably know all of the different AIs, but Adobe, because Adobe Photoshop is around, a lot of people know that a couple of weeks ago, maybe 10 days ago, Adobe had their conference and they did launch that they're using generative fill, which actually helps you in filling in some of the blanks that you may be missing in your photography or your graphics. There's also Adobe Firefly, which really got a boost. So a lot of the Adobe products, because people already have that with Adobe Photoshop, they're utilizing some sort of AI. Today, we're not going to be talking a deep dive into Adobe. I can actually share resources with you on where you need to look for updates for that. But I will talk about how you can apply that and work with people who are utilizing this to help them learn what your style is, especially visually. So narration for videos. Oh my gosh, Christopher, I'm a fan of 11 Labs and I love that it can translate into so many languages in my own voice. So I really, really love that. If you haven't tried that and 11 Labs, you've got to try it. Give it a go. Okay. So some of the practical applications are what you're seeing people just put here. Remember what I said about other people's experience? Take a look. You see assistance with writing business plans. You see SEO, so search engine optimization, what actually works. Now a lot of people think, oh, Chat GPT 3.5, that only knows as much as the internet knew up to 2022, but that is ever evolving. And there are other tools, 100% free, that you can use, like Google Bard, which is Google's AI, that is absolutely tapping into Google search in real time right now. So you get all of that information, plus you can fact check right into Google Bard. And I like to use a lot of AI in tandem to help fine tune exactly and provide and make sure I've got accurate information. So you can look at sentiment, you can look at competitive analysis. There's a really lot that you can do. So the first is to teach your AI, right? You want to teach your AI. You're either going to coach your AI or your AI is going to coach you. How many of you, I'd love to hear, have taught your AI different writing styles? For example, for me, I've taught my AI, okay, just wanting to make sure. Okay, I just want to make sure the internet's playing friendly. I'm getting all these little yellow flashes. So remember to let me know. Can add web extensions to the free version. Absolutely. Yes, you can. You could get web plugins of, you've got Bing. search. You can also use other web plugins as well. You can use the Dolly 3 plugin, which is available now. Actually, that's Chat GPT 4. I do use Chat GPT 4 more than I do 3.5 because 4 is starting to get even as creative and unique as 3.5. Plus, you have that available. But that is a paid version, just so that everybody knows. Chat GPT 4 is a paid version compared to Chat GPT 3.5, which is a free version. And just like Christopher said, you can add web plugins there and web extensions. You just have so many credits. So for example, if you're searching a lot of things and all of a sudden, let's say you search, 200 different items, you might be limited, or you might see that it takes a while for AI to come back with results because ChatGPT writes a smaller amount of content that does other AI available. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I love that. This is the other people's experience that I'm talking about. So for me, when I first was teaching AI, the tone that I liked, I actually had it go read all of the writings and articles of Steve Jobs, who is the founder of Apple or micro or Apple or yeah, Apple. Why did I say Microsoft? That's Bill Gates, right? But of Apple. And then I also, Macintosh is what I was thinking. And then also I had it read all the writings of Stephen Covey, who is the author of Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, one of my favorite authors. He has since passed, but I still love all of his writings and teachings, and there's a lot out there and available for AI to consume. And then I had it write different articles and actually listen in on different interviews from Elon Musk. I just wanted to see if I put the, and then Ryan Reynolds, because I think Ryan Reynolds is one of the most unique entrepreneurs of this decade. And I wanted to make sure I put the four of them, their knowledge into my AI so they could have conversations. So I will ask AI and say, okay, if you were running this kind of business, what questions would you ask? And what would Elon, Steve, and Ryan debate about or question, and it will come up with that. And I've spent some time doing that, but it's nice because now my AI, my Chat GPT, is actually teaching Bard exactly what it's learned. So you can have one AI teach another or help each other out. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but I'd love to hear your experience. And Christopher, I'm so excited that you've shared yours because that's really helpful. I do like to utilize AI to help me see what I may not see. So I might go in there this morning and say, hey, AI, from the perspective of the four people that you have there that you've learned, what are some questions I should think about today for my business, for this business, for what's happening here, for what's trending, for what news is happening here. All right, so I do like to ask AI just to give another perspective. So when you're training your AI for brand communication, though, so this isn't just in communicating and coaching you or being a sounding board for you, but this is now where it's going to communicate with you. It needs to learn your brand voice. The first thing that I do when I'm teaching AI about brand voice is I have it read and consume everything on a website because I want you, any blog article, any article that you've had published anywhere that you might have as a backlink on another blog, Medium, wherever, LinkedIn, where it's a LinkedIn blog, I have it go in and actually learn what a brand's voice is and then go to the website and spend some time understanding it. And I don't want to just say, look, take a look at this site. I ask questions of my AI saying, I want you to look at this site and let me know what kind of voice is it writing in? What do you assess it as far as the information it provides? Does it use a more active, a more passive voice? Does it sound like I'm sitting across from you at a coffee table and we're having a conversation? Or what level and what age level and what formality level would you rank this kind of communication that's happening on this website? Okay, so take a look at that. You can know the brand voice. You can provide an example. So sometimes I'll go to Bard, Google Bard, because it is searching Google in real time and it has much more access into Google search. I'll have it go in there to provide me examples that I want to teach ChatGPT with, and it will go in and find that, and I'll just copy and paste that into ChatGPT, and I'll now ask ChatGPT to review this and tell me its findings. What does it think is so unique about this site? Or these sites or these articles I'm sharing with you. Then always give AI feedback, all right? So, I know a lot of people joke about it on socials. They'll say, oh my gosh, Skynet is coming. It's really coming because we're having conversations with our AI. And, it can be a funny meme, but understand feedback is important. So I'm actually nice to my AI. I laugh sometimes at myself because I'll say, please and thank you to my AI, but I'll also teach it saying, no, that's not quite right. No, that is not it. That's not anything that I said. I said to make this more conversational. I said to make this more of a professional sounding Gen Z. So I will say that to my AI and I'll let it know, okay, that was great if I was going to be posting this on socials or if I was doing a TikTok video. But I need this to be a little bit more professional, but still with Gen Z, maybe even a tinge of millennial tone in there. So I will teach my AI and give it feedback. That feedback loop is very important. And then consistency. Consistently teaching and using your AI is really important. That's why I do like that AI can save the conversations that you had before, and I can go back into that conversation and it will remember what I taught it. It doesn't always remember when I start a new chat. So I'm speaking specifically about Write Sonic, Claude 2, and Chat GPT because they do hold that, but Google Bard has also started holding the conversations. So it can all start learning and having that consistent growth, which you want from your AI, so it can be consistently helping you. For your AI for your business, you want to tailor it to your needs. So does it need to read some of your emails, maybe some of your blog posts, maybe even get a really good understanding of your target audience? When I'm looking at personas, I will tell my AI, say, these are the 4 or 5 publications, websites that our best customer looks at. I need to know what they like to buy, a little bit more about their demographics and their psychographics. What are they concerned about now? What are they chatting? What are they watching on video? What matters most to them so I can have a better understanding of this persona? And as you look at this website, does this website match what this persona needs and the information they need along their decision journey to be able to have that helpful information? All right. Also, training with preferences is important. Letting it know, yes, I like this. No, I don't. That doesn't work. That's all very important. Then experiment. I love to experiment with AI all the time. In fact, one of the things that I did with AI is I had it write lots of scripts on different reels I wanted it to do. Excuse me. And also different actually even different slide decks. So it's done a lot of slide decks for me, if you can't tell. Some of the slide deck is with AI and it can do that pretty quickly. And what's nice is now, because there is the extension with, for example, Chat GPT 4 with DALL-E 3, which is a graphic design, so image generating tool. Now it can actually come up with the graphics, which is nice. So I don't have to worry about trying to deal with that either. Or at least if I'm going to share it with a real person graphic designer, I now can show them, this is the image. I love this one that DALL-E 3 put together. I need it customized now for me and my colors. I want some of this taken out, but it gives much clearer picture of what I want, as opposed to me trying to say it in text, or then also trying to just say it. Uh-oh, somebody's drawing? Okay, there's a drawing happening here. Hold on. Um, okay, got to turn that off. Sorry, I missed that on the security. No worries, no worries. I was like, somebody's writing on my face. It's okay, Jennifer, no worries. At least you know this is live, right? So evolving actually with you, you want to make sure that you're giving, you're giving those details, which I can do with DALL-E 3. The only thing is I don't know how to take that off. I noticed that it's not, let me see if I switch slides. It's going to be on there now the whole time, Jennifer. I don't know if you can remove it, but I can't remove it because I hadn't turned that off yet. Let's see. Yeah, I can't. Let me see. And turn on annotate. I turned it back on, Jennifer, just to see if it'll give you the ability to take it off. If not, everybody just ignore the blue line. We'll know that it's real, right? It'll be there on the recording as well. Could you analyze your followers or another business followers from socials? No worries, Jennifer. Not at all. I didn't even realize that was on. I must have missed that on the check, so not a problem. We're all good. Could you analyze your followers or another business followers from socials? And if so, how would you do that to get the data? All right, Christopher, really there's a couple of decisions you need to make there. What I do with followers is I actually, let me see, I'm going to go here again. No worries, Jennifer. It's really a small line. Okay, so we're all good with it. So what I would do, Christopher, is you have to know the comfort level of the business. So if I'm working with a business, I need to know their comfort level on sharing their customer data list. Depending, it might be you need to, how comfortable are you with sharing your customer data list and how much of your customer data? So what I normally do with AI is I will, if with the permission of the business, I will upload and share the customer data list, or at least 100, to give them a sample of what customers look like, and then find out a little bit more details about them. So it could be, 100 followers, it could be 100 people that are connected maybe on their Shopify list, that are, they're okay with sharing, and that also those people have given permission that their information can be shared for marketing purposes. Okay, so again, those are some decisions, clear decisions that people have to make before sharing with AI. And then I'll have it study, what are some of the social posts. So I will actually, sometimes some AI can go out and read an actual link to a social post, or read and review a actual profile. Some cannot, because of just the way the AI is built or where it's at in its learning phase. Then I'll actually drop that information. So I'll copy and paste that information in there. Okay. All right. How you can implement and monitor, that's a good lead in for what we were just talking about, Christopher, is you do need to implement and start actually monitoring what's happening, monitoring how AI is using that information and what's out there with AI that could help and improve. It's ever improving. Every week there are at least 30 to 36 different changes that happen within AI. So if you want to start at some of the very basics, of course, Amazon has launched an AI. So we've got Amazon launching, where it'll actually write all the descriptions for your products already in there if you're an Amazon seller. So if you're in their Seller Central program. Zoom has AI running now. So if you're late to a meeting, just be careful for those of you who are already in the meeting, because what Zoom will do is it will give them notes and updates of what they were chatting about before you logged on, to get them up to speed. And if you were talking about them, that will show up in the transcript. And then also, so they'll see that instantly. It actually shows as a pop-up. And then Google Meet does that as well. Google Meet will also take notes before somebody jumps in. So when you jump in, then all of a sudden you are up to speed, because you have all of the transcript of what's been happening showing as a pop-up to you. What AI could read and review profiles, because I've not been able to do that with Chat GPT. I've actually done some of that with well, it's actually with Google Bard, but it's not easy, Christopher. I actually pick apart a profile and share bits and pieces of it. I was gonna say, I have been successful if somebody, like, if I, with the links, I have been successful with Chat GPT 4, actually with a link. So let's say somebody does a post and I do a link to that post. I've been successful in being able to load that into Chat GPT 4, and it being able to read that, pull that, rewrite it, make a Twitter tweet thread from it, or a Twitter tweet or a Twitter thread, another Instagram post, and to write it in my tone, flowing in emojis and trending hashtags. So I have been able to do that. Okay. Oops, I went backwards. Let's go forwards. Google Bard is one you can use. Well, with Bard, Bard has the fact checked area, right? That you can fact check on Bard. Do you use that? Because it has that fact checked extension, and I use that because that's now part of basic Bard. So you may need to do an upgrade on your Bard, or add that you give approval to adding those extensions. So yes, so Google Bard is perfect for fact checking. All right, now I'm going to attempt something scary. Internet is not giving me something wonky, but I want to show you um, what it looks like when you're going to enable these things and the decisions you need to make, because I do like showing practical applications. So all right, let me show you here. Let me share, hold on, share the right screen with you. All right, you should see a live demo screen, and if the internet plays friendly connection, we should be good. So we're going to go bard.google.com. And this is what happens if you've not logged into Bard first. When you click try Bard, now you've got some decisions to make, okay? Make that big because I'm broadcasting. You need to really know the privacy policy. Really understand that, because Bard can look for you just online, but it can also, if you want it to, search your email, search your drive, search any of your Google Meeting transcripts. Because if you want to, let's say I want to find out the information that I told Eric about our upcoming camping trip. and I say, what have we discussed about that? It'll pull up our planning sheet. It'll pull up every email conversation that we've had and every calendar appointment. So I have that right at my fingertips and can access that information. So you need to decide how much access you want Bard to have. If you want it to store your activity, if you want to change how long it can hold on to activity, or if you want to make sure that it never stores your activity. Those are all your decisions as a user. Once you configure that, now you can click I agree and you're ready to go. Now what it looks like, let me go back to the presentation so we can get off of that. What it looks like, I'm going to have to change screens. Hold on just a second. When you have done this is, okay, somewhere I lost. There we go. There you are, Bard. When you've done that, this is what it looks like. And let me make that bigger because I'm broadcasting. All right. So as you take a look here, you'll see that Bard can help with all of this, and it can start looking into exactly what information you're searching for. Within all of your Google tools, it can look through that if you want it to, or just leave it where you can go, online and just let it search from Google search. It can now summarize those emails, shared conversations, not support uploaded images. So all of this. Improve. It can also read images as long as there's no people faces in there. Bard does a great job reading that, which a lot of times if I see something, let's say on socials, I'll take a screenshot of it, and especially if it's filled with text, drop it in here and Bard can pull that out. So let's say I'm in Chat GPT. I'm going to show you that real quick. Let me see, where's my Chat GPT? All right, I'm just going to play in 3.5 right now. Oh, it doesn't want to make it bigger. Hold on. It's not bringing it up. Yeah, it doesn't want to do that yet. Hold on. Let me switch for a minute. It's not playing friendly for a minute, and it's probably reading that I'm clicking on something. There we go. Now we're expanding. So we'll go back into live demo. All right. You'll see ChatGPT saves all of its conversations here to the left, just like Google Bard does. So let's say I want ChatGPT to create a Twitter thread. No, I'm going to go something simpler. Instagram post about AI and Google Bard's ability to fact check using relevant hashtags to get in front of small business owners and creators and emojis in a more professional millennial tone. So there it is, creating it for you. All right, now I'm going to take that. I know you can copy and paste here. I just like to do it this way. And now I'm going to switch. I'm going to have to go back to presentation here. Hold on, just because it's the way switching is doing right now. All right, let's go here to Bard. So I'm Bard. I'm going to put that in there to Bard. Okay, let me see, Bard. Let's fact check this. Now, what I could do, just so you know, Christopher, is to fact check what this said, that Google's BERT algorithm, so that's not correct, right? Let's do a fact check. So we click on that G down below. That's how you fact check within Google Bard. It will highlight and everything green that checks out, everything not. I wouldn't go with it. I've seen ChatGPT make up a lot of stuff too. That's why I like to cross-check them. So I see that here. I said, let's fact check this. And it will fact check too. So I can ask it directly to do that. But if I even want to double check Google Bard's work, then I can go through here and it's evaluating Bard's statement. It's also giving me other related topics. All right, and it's telling me in green what actually does check out. So even this, Google's BERT, it's Google Bard, right? All right, so now you can see how you can use that fact checking, and I like to do that with all of the AI because I've seen all of it make up some really interesting things. Of course, I know that'll change as AI grows, just because it's learning. It's a learning algorithm. It's machine learning. So 3.5, which I showed you just a moment ago, is the free version of Chat GPT. I happen to have the paid version only because I don't want to wait in line. While other people are online, I don't want to wait till it's available because sometimes, especially during the high traffic times, it might be tough to get into Chat GPT. I like to use Chat GPT 4, which I know is always accessed. So when you're using Chat GPT 4, this is again a free tool. You sign up for free. It does not need to access your email or Google account. That's specific to Google Bard. And again, you can give Google Bard the permission, yes, to do that or to no, not do that. Okay. But with ChatGPT, it does not need to be connected to anything other than you creating a login account to be able to utilize that. Now in ChatGPT 4, so there's two different versions of ChatGPT. I'll show you right here as you're looking at the screen. Actually, I'm going to go share a new chat with you and bring that up. There we go. There's a live demo. You'll see there's 3.5, which is right here. That's ChatGPT 3.5, the free version. ChatGPT 4 has the ability to now browse with Bing, advanced data analysis plugins that you can use, like even web plugins, but you don't even have to use all web plugins because you can browse with Bing instantly if you want to do that just by clicking this. Now I would have the ability to have my ChatGPT know everything that is available online in real time. Web plugins is another one that people like to use. I like to use transcripts, so it pulls the transcripts from all of the YouTube videos, and I like to take that and create TLDRs, too long don't read, so quick synopsis, or even Twitter threads from that, giving the chance to actually repurpose my content, right? Over and over again instead of me having to rewrite it. Or you can go to DALL-E 3 here, which is the image creator, so that you can utilize the image creator, which I do like to do as well. So you can do that in ChatGPT 4. That's the paid version though. Oops, let's not do that. Sorry about that. Went into a little world right there. But yes, that is the paid version. It is $20 a month currently for ChatGPT 4. I don't sell it, but I just know that that is what I prefer to use just because of the volume of AI use that I'm actually getting from it. Okay. You can also use, as I was showing you, ChatGPT with Bing extensions. So you can use that again with ChatGPT 4. You can use DALL-E 3. So if you see those three graphics at the very bottom, those were all created in DALL-E 3. What I did is I just went to DALL-E 3 with ChatGPT. So for example, let's say I'm going to do a live demo here again. Let me not make a mess of it and go to ChatGPT 4. Actually, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. I'm going to go to ChatGPT 4 and go to DALL-E, and I'm going to say person thinking. Yes, a person, that's what I'm thinking on a bench about the amount of planning involved in setting up a business and learning digital marketing. Okay, so now DALL-E 4, it's engaging DALL-E 4 to create some images for me. So let's say I'm using this for a blog post and I want a unique graphic that is nowhere else and I don't have to worry about copyright infringement. Or let's say I want something that's a basis to at least say, okay, if I could sketch, which I can't, but if I could sketch, I would sketch this out. But this is my closest thing that I would share with a graphic designer or a graphic design agency to give them a little bit more direction into what they're actually doing. So you can see it's creating images here. It might take a little bit of time because I am broadcasting, doing all sorts of things. So it could be that my actual computer bandwidth is what's slowing it down, but we'll leave that on and let that simmer for a moment. There we go. So see what it came up with here. So now instead of me trying to do my little stick figure people, which people who work with me in graphic design know I'm famous for because I'm the stick figure queen, I don't have to do that anymore. I can now say, okay, she's more what I'm looking for here, but maybe she's got a couple other people thinking. I like these people here, but I don't want a fountain behind them, and I want these in my brand colors. Or I could say, I like these here, but I want to use this and have different call outs of what each item is. So I want there to be labels here and text, which Dolly 3 is really good at doing that. And you can also say, I want a depiction here, but let's stay away from the blues. The hues that I'm looking for are more reds and more greens, okay? So you can get that specific and let AI know, I really like this one, or this one's better, or maybe we need to add a few things. So remember what I said about the feedback loop with your AI, you definitely want to provide that, okay? So that's how you can use ChatGPT with Dolly 3. Again, that is the paid version of ChatGPT, but you can use Dolly 3 directly without ChatGPT. I just happen to like it in there because of ease of use. You can also go to ChatGPT for more insights because it does a great job writing code. It does an excellent job going through and looking at sentiment analysis or analyzing different sites, competitors. And what I love about Bard also in doing this is Bard, if how many of you are familiar with Google Trends? Okay, if you've ever used Google Trends, Bard actually leans into that. And let me bring that back up. So going to Google Trends is g.co/trends. Google Trends, if I want to know the people in Oklahoma City that are searching about AI. So I'm going to look AI. It's going to show me United States. And this is free to use too. Everything I'm showing you is free except for the ChatGPT 4 and then any subscription you need to Midjourney or Dolly. I'm going to look at Oklahoma City. And in the past day, I want to know in the past hour because maybe I'm about to do a tweet or a post out. So Seminole's really chatting about it, and they're talking about character AI or even video AI file format. It's a breakout term. That means that I could be at the very forefront and be seen as an expert because Google hasn't even picked up that this is very popular. If I want to put any ads towards it, I could also do that and not spend a lot in Google cost per click because it's a breakout term. So Google does not even have that in the ad auction that this could be a very popular term. So there's a lot that you can do and decide just from access to this, which that's free by going to g.co/trends, okay? But I like for ChatGPT to take the insights that it can learn in any of these, lean in, even if it's getting the insights from, let's say, Bard, and I'm just copy and pasting that too. So I do a lot of copy and pasting between my AI. Claude 2 is another AI that's 100% free, and it does have a paid version. Understand that ChatGPT, when it gives you results, so if you want it to write descriptions or content, it can write about 12,000 words. Claude 2, which is actually, I mean, that's actually, so that's Amazon. Amazon actually has a lot of ownership in Claude 2, but Claude 2 can write 75,000 words. So it's a little bit more creative, a little bit more richness in your content. And then sometimes with ChatGPT, you have to watch out because it starts getting lazy. And I'll tell it, don't use that words anymore. I don't want to hear about how a business can soar. You say that every single time I ask for you to do this Twitter thread or this LinkedIn post. So I want it to change it up. So you'll teach it. But I love that Claude 2 actually gives a little bit more content, and I can take some of that content. I can't take all of it because it's quite a bit, but some of it, and load it into ChatGPT and have ChatGPT even make a go at it and even write it in different formats. Write this as a fantasy, write this as first person, write this as third person. You can do all of those things, okay? All right. Another tool is Pika Labs. I like using Pika Labs because it can take photos. Again, I'm looking for easy lift. It can take photos. You do have to use their Discord channel and go through Discord to be able to access this, but it can take photos and put movement in there. So even if it's just a little bit of mouth movement or maybe some hair movement, I do like Pika Labs for that as well. Write Sonic is a great tool. You do have to pay for it, but it can write a whole lot more than even ChatGPT. And what I love about Write Sonic is that Write Sonic will rewrite things. So I can put an article in there just with a link and say, rewrite this very loosely or very tightly to what the original meaning is. So how creative do I want Write Sonic to get? I can set that temperature level of what it's doing. Now, ChatGPT and Bard in tandem, that's what I've already mentioned and showcased to you that I like to use to be able to fact check and to get into the creativity that ChatGPT actually does, all right? That actually has. So I like to look at the creativity, but still make sure the facts are there because I've seen ChatGPT get wildly creative, all right? All right, let's go in here then. And YouTube AI. We haven't even talked about YouTube AI. So about 3 weeks ago, YouTube launched its AI. If you're not familiar with it, Dream Screen actually does the same like Zoom does or Google Meet. It blacks out or changes the background. So if you want to look like you're in front of Cowboy Stadium or in front of the Leaning Tower Pizza, you can do all of that within Dream Screen. You also have Aloud. I love Aloud. So Aloud is actually audio dubbing instantly in YouTube. So instead of you having to try to figure out who can translate this, and it's pretty darn accurate, it already, before YouTube even launched it, it already had experience in translating to 70 different languages instantly and over 10,000 hours of video. So this is really exciting to see Aloud come into and be just a basic, again, there's no additional cost into this. And if you didn't know, YouTube is owned by Google. So all of this will show up high in a Google search. So you can see that you have auto dubbing into all different languages with Aloud. So if there's a market that you want to test out that you haven't tapped, maybe someplace that you want to be visible again, that would be a great place to do that. Can we see this video again? Yes, Alexis, I am recording it. I'm not going to record the Q&A at the end because it's to preserve everybody's privacy, but I am recording it. And as long as you look at the email that you registered with, you will get it sent to you later this afternoon. Okay? Absolutely. Lots. It's a lot. So you might want to slow me down and speed me up and use this slide deck that you do have access to now. You might want to use that as a kind of outline as you're going through this. I'll drop the link. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. I dropped the wrong thing because I did that from Chat GPT. Hold on just a moment. I want to drop the link there just so that everybody has access to it. There we go. Sorry, it dropped a whole lot of Chat GPT that I just put in there. And Zoom is not friendly on just doing that in one fell swoop. All right, here we go. There we go. Now I just dropped it into chat, so you have that. There's also Create. So if you use CapCut, Final Cut, if you use any of those tools on your phone, well, now you'll have it for free. Something very, very much similar aligned with it, which is YouTube Create. And what YouTube Assist does, if you didn't know, YouTube has a library of sounds in there that are all royalty free. You already have access to that without any AI. But with Assist, now it will find the sound that matches to the actual video that you're putting out there on YouTube, and you don't have to worry about any royalty free or anything. So it will search, and it'll also learn the kind of tunes and tones that you like with your brand. So all of this is free and available through YouTube as well. So now here are your questions, because I've thrown a lot of information at you, a lot of different links that you'll see in the handout. Also in your handout, just if you haven't looked at it yet, in page 2 of your handout are prompts that you can use for each of these AIs and what you can do. So if, let's say, if you want 2 Twitter tweets, if you want it to be more emojis and more hashtags, and you want it to search out to the popular trending hashtags within the last 24 hours, all of that is in the handout that's provided to you. But what's one thing you want to apply? You don't have permissions to open the slides? Let me, hold on just a second, let me bring that up. Anybody else running into issues with getting a copy of the slides? I'm going to go into there just to make sure that it's opened up for everybody. Should be. All right, so that's not AI or anything. That's operator error. Let me go in there. Thank you, everybody, for the confirmation. Got it. All right, let me, hold on just a second. Give me a moment to refresh it, and then you're going to have those in there and available. I just need to refresh the permissions to anybody with a link. Thank you so much. See, I'm so glad that you guys are using that chat box, because these are the things while I'm checking whether or not I got good connection, anything's wonky or anything like that. Sometimes I don't double check, or I upload a handout and I don't make sure that the permissions are correct there. Okay, refresh that, everybody. You now have access. All right, now you're going to go again to this link. Let me drop it one more time since it wasn't helpful to you before. Thank you, everyone, for letting me know. At that link, that's where you find it. Somebody asked just a moment ago. Perfect. All right, Jennifer, Lynette. See, I love this. Awesome, awesome, everybody. Thank you. So you'll see the handout in there, the second page. There's a lot of prompts there. So now, utilizing this chat box, what is it that you're going to apply that you learned? Because I'd love to know. You can either have spent your time today and just spend it, and it was good information, entertaining, maybe even, or what is it that you're truly going to apply? What are one or two things to make sure the 60 minutes we've spent together here is something that's not just an expense, but an investment in your business? I'd love to know, because I love when people realize that knowledge is not powerful until it is applied. So what are you going to apply? Let me know in the chat box. All right, Maria, wonderful. I want to say thank you to our wonderful partners today who made all of this possible. If you have any questions, if you need local resources, they are the ones to talk to. They are the ones who can help you. They have the people as well as the resources and the recommendations to be able to help you really launch your business and take advantage of all these AI tools, plus the local people if you need to sit across from somebody too. All right, as these people use the AI for YouTube. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm so glad it was helpful. Perfect, Jennifer. I use it for grant writing. Perfect. And understand how to use this. This is excellent. You can definitely teach your AI. If you would like, of course, remember what I said, your Google partners are here to help you. But if I can help you in any way and you'd like to just say, I want Maria to look at this, I'd love to get your idea on this. Or could you do a walkthrough of exactly how do you copy and paste these profiles and make this work? I'm happy to do that for you in office hours. So you can use this URL and this QR code if you would like to connect with me on office hours. This is not free, just so you know. There is a subscription, but your Google partners are free. So you can reach out to them. You can reach out to me if you just happen to want me to look at something and to keep up to date. And then always, I like to model what I like to teach people. And that is, once you've given good service and good information, ask for that review. And you can get to my Google business profile by using this QR code or that URL, reviewmaria.com. Okay, so feel free to utilize this tool. I would love a review and really appreciate and be honored by it, but is not a have to. And if you want to connect with me outside of any of our webinars, you can connect with me at our website, KLI Brand. Maria Duran, there is a free marketing community where I launch and talk about Google updates every week. So you can join that community just to be in the know, because I did go into a deep dive into the updates about all the YouTube updates and what AI is available to you for free on YouTube. You can also connect with me on Twitter, or X as it's known now, at Maria Duran, or on Instagram at GetFound.Growth. Okay? Now we'll launch into Q&A, AI Q&A.